Good afternoon. I'm Governor Jay Inslee, and I'm a fan of Max Romano Weller. Max, thanks for that introduction. Max wears jersey number 14 for the Ingram Rams, and I really like that team. I was number 35 back in 1969. Max is actually the modern Ingram Ram, and I think it's great that Max is on a great team now with the Outdoors for All team. And I'd like to think I'm on that team. I wish I could be there with you today, but I want to be pitching in there everywhere I can to talk about the greatest organization in the state, which combines the two best words in the English language. One, the word outdoors, and second, for all. And you're putting those two things together, fun outside for everybody in our state. And I want to thank everybody in this room for your contributions to this team. This organization, in my view, is something that creates a legacy both for families and individuals and for our state as a whole. I'm very proud of our state. I think it's the most beautiful state in the nation, and I think what Outdoors for All is doing is creating a legacy of the ability to enjoy that. I think of my own family. I grew up, my parents helped revegetate some of the alpine meadows on the slopes of Mount Rainier. They worked for a group called the Student Conservation Association in the late 60s and early 70s, and I got to love Mount Rainier and the alpine meadows in part because of the outdoors experience my parents gave me. Trudy and I gave our sons some experiences. Connor and his brothers Jack and Joe grew up running through the sagebrush in the Yakima Valley, sailing, biking the Sandy Hill Trail, skiing. I'll never forget Governor Inslee, the day we were backcountry skiing on Mount Clemens, and he turned around and saw this herd of elk and his eyes got this big. And I kind of think some of the legacy that started with my folks, I gave to Connor, and I'm very proud of Connor's leadership now helping you give this outdoor opportunity to so many people of all walks of life in the state of Washington. So this is a great organization, and I'd like to help it to the extent I can, and I know everybody in the room is. I want to give 3 reasons that I hope that we can share with the public of why this is such a great organization. First, I think it's a Washingtonian organization. You know, we are the most beautiful state in the nation. Mount Rainier, San Juans, the rivers, the glaciers. And we can write poetry about that beauty. We can paint it, but the best way to honor it is to get everybody, including those who live with disabilities, out into it and enjoy it. I kind of like to think maybe that's the reason it's here, is so we can go and have fun in it. And this is really honoring our state. Outdoors for All, when it gets people with disabilities out in the outdoors, you're honoring the whole state. A second is I know what you do is you help people build self-confidence. And there's no greater gift than you can give to give somebody the ability to build confidence and their ability to get out there and do adventurous things. And you're giving people that opportunity every single day. And I've seen people's faces light up when they see they can climb a wall or ride a bike. That's a great opportunity, and you're giving that. Third, I really think your organization is part of the long course of building a more perfect union. You know, the country was founded saying we're going to form a more perfect union. And we've always had successions of improvement of what Martin Luther King called the arc of the moral universe. You know, we got rid of slavery, we got women's suffrage, we've got every generation has had a new challenge to bring more people into the blessed community. And you're doing that by bringing people with disabilities into this family to give them outdoor opportunities. This is a next step forward for our state and our nation on the arc of the moral universe. Now, another group that you're engaged in that I am so impressed by is your work with wounded warriors. Getting wounded warriors out there, outside, to regain their sense of self-image and confidence. There's really no better antidote to some of the injuries people have had. Now, I saw that firsthand when Outdoors for All had a wounded warrior group out on the Chilly Hilly bicycle ride on Bainbridge Island a couple years ago. And we were out riding, it was about 37 degrees, it was even snowing a little bit, and we had a group of wounded warriors, and we had, I don't remember one fella who, had been on a bike a lot, and he was pedaling through the snow and the sleet, and every time we'd stop for a rest, We'd wait, but he would always show up, and he made that entire ride, and I was so impressed that he got through 36 miles on a sleety day on Bainbridge Island. And he did it because Outdoors for All and his own courage, which you helped him to rediscover. So I want to thank Outdoors for All for their Wounded Warrior work. It's a great patriotic thing to do. So I hope you feel proud and pride in what you're doing with this organization. I hope you're going to take every chance you can. Next year at this lunch, I hope you'll bring a friend. Let's keep building this thing. Let's get more people outdoors, building confidence and having a great time. So let's go outdoors for all, and we'll see you next year, I hope.